when you're looking at a resale house. When you are going to look at the houses, actually stand in the houses, then go down to the ground floor, walk around the compound, walk around inside the building. You can do that. Please don't be under the illusion that anybody is going to get angry with you if you walk around in the stairwell, walk around in the corridors, check out the compound, check out where the parking will be, go to the basement, go to the parking podium and so on. It is your right to do these things. The broker who takes you there may feel irritated because he thinks his time is more precious, but you should tell him to go. You should tell him, okay, chalo, you carry on, let me walk around. If you like a house, then you should get a feel of the stairwell, the compound, the corridors, the lifts, how well the lifts are working, whether they are well maintained, how well is the building maintained, is it painted properly. Turn on all the taps in the house, all of them, flush all the toilets in the house. Get a feel of whether the toilets are working or not, whether the flush is working or not in the afternoon. Because if the building runs out of water, in some places you have water shortages. Is this one of these places with water shortages? You should find out. Check whether your house has cross ventilation or not. It should have cross ventilation. Guys, it is very important for you guys to know where your house is vis-a-vis the nearby crematorium. Very important. Why? Crematoria are smoky places. You will always have smoke. And if you are in one of those neighborhoods where humans are being cremated all the time, it is going to bother you. It is going to start bothering you or someone in your family that you smell that smoke all the time. So be careful where your house is facing or where the wind blows to your house. Cemeteries are burial grounds. Where is your house vis-a-vis burial ground? Not for superstitious reasons. That's not the point. But the simple point of the matter is, if you are facing in one of those places and you have a family which is superstitious or a family which is prone to that kind of thoughts and worries, then don't buy a house that overlooks a cemetery or is very close to a cemetery or a burial ground. Not because of any real existence of ghosts, but because these things will start playing tricks in your mind and you will worry and your family will worry, and then they start saying, hey, wait, I saw a shadow, and nonsense will happen inside your house. You don't want that. These are things builders never inform you about. They try to hide it. They will hide these facts from you, and this is another reason why you should not go for under construction, because builders hide these kind of facts from you. They don't tell you where you're very close to the railway station, because there's going to be a lot of honking noises coming from the railway station. They don't let you see that house. They don't tell you how close you are to the railway tracks. They don't tell you how close you are to the highway. And if you're in a high rise, if you're on 25th or 30th floor, or any floor that has direct access to the noise from the highways, then, well, it is going to disturb you day in and day out. Now, some estate agents will convince you by saying, sir, we are providing the house with double glass windows, soundproof windows, or windows that will remove most of the sound. Even then, I say you should not go for that house, simply because there's always going to be that low bass noise. You can never eliminate that bass noise which comes from the highway. Always there. No matter what you do, 24/7, that noise will be there. That kind of noise. And you cannot get rid of it by just having double glass windows. And some of the time you will want to open those windows. In fact, it is ideal that you should have a house which is not noisy, so that you can open the windows and enjoy the fresh air all the time, instead of living in an air-conditioned house all the time. Air conditioning is not good for your health. Air conditioning dries out the air and introduces irritants some people get really bad sore throats from being in an air conditioned environment. It also depletes the oxygen if it's a split AC. So slowly the carbon dioxide builds up inside your house. Not a good idea to live in an AC house all the time. Maybe some of the time in summer you can turn it on, but it should not be an environment there where you have to compulsorily live with air conditioning. It will also be more costly, more energy costs. So all these reasons, please make sure that your house is in a quiet place, not a noisy place. Then you should be careful about where is this house you're buying, which way is it facing? Is it facing a mosque? Are you going to hear an azan? Listen early in the morning or in the evening. Get an idea about what it sounds like, how much noise level is there, and all of them, are there more than one mosque? If you're at a high rise, if you're in a on the 20th floor or 30th floor or something like that, you may think initially that it is going to be quiet. High rises are not quiet places. High rises are more noisy. And the reason they are more noisy is very simple. Sound from very, very far away travels to your ears. You are going to hear a mosque from 5 miles away and another mosque in another place, another 2 miles away, and another mosque in a third place. If that is this thing, if that is what causes irritation to you, then you should know that. Similarly, people get irritated by Ganpati processions, marriages, etc. So you should be knowing where you live. Are you living close to, for example, one of those places where yagnas and homas happening all the time? They are always blowing smoke into the air. Now the smoke might smell like ghee, and some people may like the smell of holy smoke. I am not one of those people who like that. There are places where if your house overlooks a ground, an open maidan where marriages take place, engagements take place, places like that, or dandiya ras takes place. I am the kind of guy who gets very irritated by large speakers and loud noises. So, if you are like me, then you should make sure that the house that you are going to buy in resale does not face one of these places, does not face a maidan, etc. Another thing, very important factor to consider. Now, some people like secluded places. Some people like their house to be right near the market. They like it if you can just get down from the building and then walk 10 steps and you can buy, limbu and kothmir and all this stuff. Or you just walk around to the kirana store, which is 20 steps away. This kind of environment. Some people like it. If you are among those people who like it, then of course go for it by all means. Everybody's tastes are different. Those who don't like it may choose a more secluded setting, more privacy, less noise, less hustle and bustle, less strangers going around, less cars honking, that kind of thing. So these are some things you can really check out in a resale house. Okay, another thing you need to check out in a resale house is what are the dimensions of your bedrooms. Sitting room, you can make all kind of adjustments. You can have smaller sofas and so on. But a bedroom needs to have a basic minimum size. In my opinion, most builders offer bedrooms which are way too small. Like some of them will offer 10 by 12. Now 10 by 12 feet sounds okay, but just sounds okay. But if you actually try to live in a 10 by 12, you may find that it is very restrictive. And there's barely enough space for a bed and a table and a wardrobe. And you will find if you put wardrobe and bed and table or a tepoy or stool or something like that, you will find that all the space gets taken up and there's very little space for you to move around. So use your imagination. Understand the space. See, again, this is one more reason why you don't go for under construction, because in under construction they show you the model flat, model apartment. Now the model apartment is an artificially built thing. It is not the real environment. you are probably not going to live in the way that they show model apartments. You're not going to furnish a house in the way that they show them in the model apartments. So the model apartment or sample flat basically just confuses you. It's there to confuse you. See an empty house, or see a house that is lived in if you want, because there may be tenants there. The investor may have allowed tenants to stay. Check the measurements, see what all will fit into that room. Think about how big your wardrobe is. Think about how big your bed, you like your beds to be, your cots, how big you like your tables to be, whether you need to have a chair on the side or not, or a sofa, all these things. How do you like to live? Just figure that part out and see if this fits into your way of living, and then buy it. So, as I was saying the last time in the previous video, I said, well,